Crash's anniversary is coming up at full speed, and rumors for the alleged Wumpa League multiplayer has come to an all-time high. So, before we hit the anniversary date, let's go over all the details that we know about Wumpa League thus far. Let's talk about it.
Whoa!
What's up guys, Canadian Guy here, and if you've been around for a while, then you would know that Wumpa League has been quite the interesting topic. Today I'm going to be showing you everything that we know so far about Wumpa League, from whether or not it has existed in the first place to evidence of if we are even going to see it anytime soon. There are 17 points we have to get through, and this video is jam-packed with just about everything that we know. So, without further ado, let us begin. Back in March of 2020, The Gaming Revolution, an Activision leaker that had mentioned that there was a Crash Bandicoot PvP game that was coming out in 2021, though the date could be pushed back. This was something that confused us all. Once again, he did make the mistake of Crash 4 being a Wrath of Cortex remaster, but he made a slip up and corrected it in a later tweet. We would later call this Crash PvP game Wumpa League. When Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time had finally come out, there was a piece of artwork at the end of the credits, showing off Coco becoming a gamer in a tournament. The concept piece shows Nina Cortex, a character that was never shown off in the actual game at any point, being beaten while Coco celebrates. Over here we have a secret character that we never saw in-game that we all started to call Catbat. Also, if you take a look at the banners above everyone, we can see the W symbolizing Wumpa League. When Florian Coudray, the artist of that final concept piece, was pressed and asked more about Catbat, he told the user asking the question on Twitter to stay tuned, back in December 2020. When you 106% the game and go back to Rude Awakening, the very first level at the start of the game, and you hit the TV, a mysterious image pops up, showing a Wumpa fruit with orange and blue markings looking like a yin and yang. Now remember these orange and blue markings, we see them more later. However, around this time, we actually have a report that comes out saying that Wumpa League was a PvP Crash Bandicoot game that was supposedly shelved. However, even after I heard about this apparent shelving, I still had my doubts. According to the reports, it was around November when the game was shelved. But if that was the case, why did Florian Coudray tease Catbat back in December if the game had been cancelled by this point? Then at the end of November, the alleged month that Wumpa League was put on ice, we see this funny little animation of Coco playing Uncharted, a cool little throwback to a fun bit in Uncharted 4 where Nathan Drake plays the original Crash Bandicoot. But in the background, we can see a giant banner that says Wumpa League that is purposely being hidden. Again, I ask, if this game was shelved, why is the social media team pushing for the game? Then we got the announcement that next-gen ports would be coming for Crash Bandicoot 4, with ports to the PC and Switch. When the ports actually came out in March, there were many differences made under the hood, like an entire wall being added and some scenes getting a touch-up of color correction. But when we went back to the TV in Rude Awakening after 106% of the game again, the Wumpa League logo still pops up. If Crash Bandicoot 4 was edited, played around with, and fixed after the initial launch, but the Wumpa League project was no longer in development, why wouldn't they pull that Easter egg while they were correcting some of the other aspects? Then, across all versions, there was something weird that was added to the game, a Wi-Fi check to see if you were online or not. Now, here's the weird part. It didn't matter if you were online or not. You could still play the game without internet, but why would a single player game be checking to see if you had internet? Maybe as a future feature for an online PvP game? But when these ports were announced, crazy and awesome quotes were being said from the press release. Comments like, Activision to celebrate an unforgettable 25th anniversary all year long. Fans should also be on the lookout for tons of fantastic festivities from Activision Blizzard aimed to engage Crash Bandicoot fans throughout the year. Fans can expect more information on the PC edition at a later date, along with other fun happenings in celebration of the franchise's 25th anniversary. All of these comments sound like something is coming later in the year. But what is that thing? Well, we assume it's Wumpa League. Now, when the ports had come out, people were also digging around in the files trying to data mine the game. One of the many things that was discovered was a burger parachute that made people connect the idea of Crash partaking in some form of a battle royale, just like Fortnite. But also, this parachute could not be found anywhere in the game. At the same time, during all the ports releasing, Lou Studdard was going around and doing interviews with other journalists, myself included. During the Push Square interview, they asked Lou about the interesting Wumpa League logo on the TV in Rude Awakening, to which Lou responded with, "I haven't the faintest idea of what you're referring to." He laughs, I don't know. I didn't know people were finding things. I don't know. But this was not the end of that thought. I also asked Lou the exact same question a few days after this article was published. This was his exact response. Can you comment on it, or is it more of a stay tuned type of situation?
What is this? I'm not familiar with.
You're not familiar?
This. No. What are you referring to? I don't know what it ever could be that you are inferring and or referring to.
All right, I'll slide that one aside. Again, the way he is talking sounds like something is being teased or something's being made to come out. Now, during this time, Crash Bandicoot started to post images with the hashtag 25before25, where both Activision and the Crash page asked to follow along as Crash began to count down to his anniversary. Here, we can see Crash doing numerous things, working out, getting in shape for some sort of an event. Then, on June 1st, Crash released an image looking over all the things that he has done over the years. On the paper, we see words on an activity list, and if we look closer, something is scratched out that looks like it starts with the word Wumpa. Once again, just like Wumpa League. Following all of this, we keep finding images of Crash that we have never seen in-game or in marketing before, just randomly being posted. Now, like I just said, most of these poses that we see are not used in the game and begs the question of why so much effort is being put towards random images all over social media. And again, the image of Crash falling into something Fortnite Battle Royale style has stuck out, especially when looking back to the burger parachute. Now, we get to some of the new pieces of evidence that some of you may not know yet. A GDC talk was released by Paul Yan, the creative director of Crash Bandicoot 4, less than a month ago. GDC talks are for those in the industry who want to find work and who are interested in getting into the industry. During the talk, he showed a thought piece to what Crash was, isn't, and what he could be in the middle as they were developing the game. But if you take a look, one of the post-it notes literally has Wumpa League on it, but it's partially covered. Every other post-it note is perfectly clear and legible to read. The only one covered is the one talking about Wumpa League. Then, in the middle of the presentation, this happens.
And tell a compelling story of it through there. We even took this to a point of integrating this.
Did you see it? Paul literally just dropped a cropped image of Wumpa League in the middle of the presentation without even commenting on it. This obviously would not have been the first time they had seen this image, and if this was a mistake, it would have been edited out, especially after the GDC was posted on YouTube for all to see a few weeks later after this talk had been done. Then, at the end, Paul Yan says this.
So that takes me to this little plug here is that at Toys for Bob, we are hiring both fans and developers, or if you're a developer and a fan of titles like Crash 4 and Call of Duty Warzone. If you're looking for more information, please take a look at this website at careers.toysforbob.com, especially as we're looking towards celebrating more in this 25th anniversary of Crash Bandicoot this year.
They are still hiring and want people to come join who are interested in both Crash Bandicoot and Call of Duty. This is further evidenced by the post on LinkedIn where they ask if you are interested in games like Crash 4 and Warzone and to come work for Toys for Bob. And once again, we got Crash free falling, looking like he's dropping into a battle royale. The last thing I want to talk about is one of the new jobs that opened up at Toys for Bob. a huge job at that. Executive producer. One of the main jobs that they want fulfilled is the management of a GaaS, which means games as a service. So just like Call of Duty Warzone, right? This is what they're being hired for? Actually, perhaps not. In other resumes from Toys for Bob, all the ones clearly hiring for Warzone are asking for people who have a passion for first-person shooters. But this one does not. Then, what else is interesting is the fact that the job asks for experience in the Unreal Engine. Now, Call of Duty has never used the Unreal Engine. They use their own proprietary engine. On top of that, one of the perks is being able to speak French, implying that this producer would be working close with Beanox, the French studio in Quebec, Canada, whom helped develop Crash Bandicoot 4. Maybe they are assisting with the development of Wumpa League, perhaps? Overall, there is enough evidence to suggest that Wumpa League, at the bare minimum, has existed at one point. But in my opinion, there is way too many red flags and way too many coincidences to say that something is not happening. It doesn't make sense for all these events that happened after the alleged time that the game was shelved. It does not make sense. I could be wrong. Sure, I'm willing to be wrong, but there is activity here, and to say that there isn't is a little bit far-fetched, and I got a feeling, and I certainly hope, that we hear or see something very soon. Now, do you think Wumpa League is still a thing? Do you think it's still coming? Or is it canceled? Comment below and let me know. Thank you so much to all those who not only support the channel, but myself and my family. Because of your contributions, I'm able to do this full time. If you'd like to support the channel, please consider clicking the join button or becoming a Patreon with the link in the description. I also live stream every Thursday and Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come on by and say hi. Again, thank you to everyone, and I'll see you guys in the next video and or live stream.